Hey VC, CJ here, and this is a contest response to I forget who it was at the moment, but I'll find them, but they were asking people to show off their non-CD, non-album, non-tape, music-related swag, basically, and I got quite a bit of it. Actually, all those things you're seeing in front are like certain types of CDs. So we'll just get them out of the way at the moment. I'll explain them at another time. Because that's not what we're talking about here. And now most of these are sheet music, actually, because I play guitar. I have a half dozen guitars here, as long as a bass and a MIDI keyboard that gets plugged into a computer. I haven't figured out that part yet too well, but I will soon. Anyway. Let's get to this part here in a moment. These aren't sheet music yet, but they are music related. These mostly are theory related. We'll ignore those and we'll go through all the sheet music, which I have in alphabetical order beyond this. Yeah. Will Ackerman collection, a bunch of his better known pieces, and they even give you the tunings because he never uses a standard tuning ever. You never heard Will Ackerman, check him out. This one, I had to get this one because of the wife, because our wedding song, Don't Want to Miss a Thing, is on there. This one, I had to grab this one, I found out about it. It's Best of Anthrax. Not a super metal head, but I did grow up with some of the big four, well, three of them in particular. And this one you can't even get anymore, and it's fairly recent too. This is sheet music for AKB48 singles. Give Me Five. It's not just guitar tab. This is full score for every instrument on the record on the single. Very, very nice. Next one, only two Beatles I have here so far, but my two favorite Beatle albums, Revolver and Hard Day's Night. Kind of probably because when they put out the reissued CDs, those are the first two titles I got. Best of Black Sabbath, that was the one I got early on when I started picking up guitar again about 5 years ago. And I said more seriously, I was like never not touching it, but it's another story. This is another one I had to grab when I heard about it because I always liked the complexity of their music, Cannibal Corpse. And this one is a challenge, I can tell you that much, and I've been playing for 30 years. Clapton, this is more like bits and pieces and kind of the theory behind his stuff, but it's there. One, I'm playing along for Cream, because I always like some of their stuff. Get in there. Another one I had to grab when I found out about it. This one was a must. Dinosaur Jr., because I love Jay Mascis. In fact, my main guitar, a Jazz Master, I bought partly because of him and partly because of Nels Cline and the guys in Sonic Youth, Thurston and Lee. This one you can't get anymore. This is from Japan. Deer and Gray. 5 of their songs and a bunch of interviews. Of course, all the text is in Japanese, but that doesn't matter. The music's here. Bob Dylan. I had to have a Dylan songbook because I always liked Dylan. This is a piano, vocal, guitar chord deal, but it's Dylan. This one, group I always liked as far as black metal, Emperor, great stuff. Sean, the lead guitarist for Emperor, did all the transcriptions himself for this one. And there's a copy of the Best of CD in here too, but I already had a copy of the CD. Foo Fighters, Wasting Light, great album, had to get that. Guns N' Roses, that was like kind of... I always wanted a copy of this when it was first out, but I didn't have the money at the time. You know, broke kid in regular America, what are you going to do? Thank God it's still in print, now I can get it. Hendrix, this is actually my second copy. I lost my original years ago. Full score for All Your Experience. Then not too long after that, got the one for actually my favorite Hendrix album, Axis. And before those, I actually got this, Smash Hits, which is a play-along, too. By the way, all the CDs from the play-alongs I keep in a folder, and of course, everything's on the computer, so if I want to play along, I can just headphones, laptop, the whole deal. Best of Kiss, and Kiss Alive. This more so because of there's the live licks in this one. This is all the studio versions. First two Led Zeppelin, I got these early on when I was like starting to play again seriously. Of course, these got superseded by these two, which are more recent and more accurate, and of course, they're play-alongs. 3 Metallicas, the only 3 I have. Metallica, Master of Puppets, and this one kind of because of the Snake album, Black Album, whatever. I always call it the Snake album because of obvious reasons. Also, Prince had the Black Album first. This one, my dad used to have copies of these, and I found them on eBay like a year or so ago. Willie Nelson Songbook. I always liked Willie. This is not guitar tab, it's piano, voice, guitar chords. Same thing with this, the first 2 Standards albums, except for there's 2 problems with this one. 1, Blue Skies is not in here. 2, Columbia Pictures, just music division, just took the old sheet music and reprinted it, right, and just like retranscribed from whatever keys he did them in. One of these days, I'll figure out the actual keys and do some transposing. Ozzy play-along. There's actually 2 Ozzy play-alongs. This is an Ozzy 30 from the Randy Rhoads years. Dimebag Darrell, River Madness. I don't play this one too much, but I did like some of his stuff. Rush. I got possessed to get this one at the time. I don't actually regret it, but I'm not a super big Rush fan. Ooh, these are my prized ones as far as I'm concerned. First, 4 tab books for Scandal, the Japanese band, not the 80s one. One I love. There's Mammy. Oops. Shouldn't point with the other freehand. There's Mammy, my guitar heroine. And these, not just guitar tab, there's the bass and the vocals and the drums and keyboards. It's a full score for every one of the albums so far that I have. Got Scandal, Temptation Box, get in there, fucker, Baby Action, and Scandal Show. And at the time of this, I have the most recent 2 for Queens of Trumps and Encore Show coming in. They'll probably be in long before the end of the week. This one, as Michael Stipe would say, a must. Never mind the bollocks. Sorry for the cut. I didn't want you to see a shaky close-up of the book. This one you can't get anymore. Just bought this used. Slayer, Seasons of the Abyss, and Slayer, Undisputed Attitude. I should show something in this one because I was going to take this to an in-store that Kerry King did, but Guitar Center wasn't letting anybody bring stuff from outside, so I just had Kerry sign one of the flyers. Very cool to meet him, but he was shorter than I thought as far as height. I would love to find one for Hello Weights, but the only one I saw used was like $80. I'm like, no way, not unless Kerry King and Jeff Hammond, rest in peace, wrote out the tab themselves by hand. Yeah. Suicide Science. This was Curiosity. Well, it's okay though, but I don't know about this one anymore because I don't even have a 7-string guitar anymore. I got rid of it. Steve Vai, Passion Warfare, fun to follow. I'm not even going to try playing this one. I'm not a shredder guitar. I'm more of an alternative guy. Van Halen, kind of mandatory, but not too long ago I got the thick one with all the albums up to the reunion one. So this is kind of superseded. And speaking of the reunion one, had to get the tab book for that when it came out. That I did. 2 White Stripes, Other Musts. White Blood Cells, Icky Thump. I'm going to get the rest that are in tab form. The only one that's not in tab form or sheet music form is Get Behind Me, Satan, because Jack didn't play much guitar on that. That was after he had an accident, so he was playing more piano than everything. Oh well. Zappa. It's the only one I have of his so far. I know there's one for a couple of other albums too. I wish there was one for You Are What You Is, because that's one of my favorite albums of his. There was the real Frank Zappa book, but that's just like straight standard tab, not tablature, which would have been a big help. Classic Punk, I had to get this one when I found out about it, because, oh my god, Husker Du on here, Dead Kennedys, Buzzcocks, Sex Pistols, forget about it. Had to get that one. This is another early one from when I was picking up again. It's kind of nondescript top rock hits. Rest of these are jazz play-alongs when I get into the jazz mood. The great, mostly jazz play-alongs, and then these three in the back. Horn transcriptions for Coltrane's Giant Steps and Love Supreme, and transcript score for Kinda Blue. Very fun to follow along. Trying to do guitar arrangements at some points. And these right here, I have to show off. These are all Japanese pop related. Mostly Hello Project, Morning Musume, except for this one. This is a magazine for AKB48 from the lineup at the time, tying in with, I forget what single. I think it was, I'm not even going to guess. Might have been Baby, 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 or whatever. This is from around 2009. Very nice. These two. As a matter of fact, her birthday was yesterday, the day I'm taping this. That's Nozomi Tsuji, that's Aikago. This is from when they were in Morning Musume. This was their first photo book together. They also did one when they were part of Mini Moni. That's I don't have here, but I have back home. And I have one at solo books somewhere at home too. And they also did this one from their time in W, called 50W. Very nice, very cute. Those are one of my favorites actually, because they're all being cute. There's like, God, 18, 19 at the time, they're still acting cute. That's the thing with Japanese girls, they always look younger than they really are. Okay, one jump cut later, because I didn't want a shaky camera giving you motion sickness. These are here kept flats. These are pencil boards. This one, a friend of mine gave me. Mini Moni on one side. Of course, there's Ibon, there's Nozomi, there's Maria Gucci, who's been in little... I can't believe she cheated on her husband. There's Mika Todd. Hello, Mika. I'm actually friends with her on Facebook now, which is a trip. The other side's from a Morning Musume movie that they did with some other Hello Project kids that would later become Barry's Kobu and Cute. And this one came with, actually with the AKB48 CD I showed in excuse me, and another response video. And I was pretty pleased to get this one because this is Arena Ono from AKB48, who's one of my favorite members of that group at the time. She's not in the group anymore. She graduated a couple years ago, and now she's a solo artist, and her first album came out this week as a solo artist. I'm looking forward to hearing that. Where's the big prize? All these photo books, excuse the shakiness, of my favorite member of my favorite band, Reina Tanaka from Morning Musume. She has 8, I only have 6 of them. I'm missing the middle 2. Do have the first one from about 2004. That's very nice. The middle 2 I still have to get. I will at some point. And this was the first one of hers I got. The one she did in Hawaii on her 17th birthday. This one, very cute. This is called Girl, for slightly obvious reasons. And in here, being kept flat, a photo-sized picture of her from the 68-beat period. Now, put that down for that. This is a bigger photo book compiling outtakes from the first 3 photo books, and then some newer shoots. And the most recent 2, very Reina. Very nice. It was like a 2-year period when she didn't even do a photo book at the time. Then I think this was the last one for 2 years. Then last year this one came out. Kira, newest one. And her last one as a member of Morning Musume. I don't know if she'll do any more now that she's leading a rock band, but you never know. If she does, I'll buy it. Alright, up here, not much in the musically speaking, but that is a bear designed by Koda Kumi, a favorite pop singer of mine from Japan. My wife keeps calling this Jerry Mouse. I don't know why. Not music related, but the Hello Kitty I picked up in New York is holding a fan with Reina Tanaka's face on it. And yes, that Snoopy is right now wearing a Devo hat from Record Store Day in 2010. These I'll show off quick. These are actually one of a kind. A woman named Natasha Iman makes them here in town. She has a website, facebook.com/Natasha Tachi's custom plushies, and I'll put the graphic right there or a link in the D box. That one's rated Tanaka around the time of the 123 video, and that one's Frank Zappa. First one Natasha did was somebody had a nose. And that is an official plushie for Icago from Mini Moni around the time of the Mini Moni movie. Another jump cut so you don't get dizzy. These are mostly my punk rock bobbleheads. Joey Shithead Keith Lee from DOA. Keith Morris from the Circle Jerks and Off. And he's the only one whose head doesn't move because of his dreadlocks. The arm moves. Handsome Dick Manitoba, my boy from the Dictators. Him and I are friends on Facebook. I'm friends with Keith too on Facebook. Jay Maskus from Dinosaur Jr. I heard about this one, had a jump on it because he's one of my Guitar Heroes. My boy, my good friend, punk legend Mike Watt. His goofy Watt face. That's great. Have him right next to Iggy Pop and James Williamson of the Stooges. And James's bobblehead, actually, find the button. Just find the button. Yeah. Makes a noise. And one for Wendy O. Williams around the time of Coup d'etat album. In the back, I should move James here. That's the deluxe edition of the Hangry and Angry album, Sadistic Dance. Hangry and Angry being a project of two former Morning Musume members, Hitomi Yoshizawa and Rika Ishikawa. And the CD is in there. And since I tend to rip every CD I buy into my computer for my iPod, I don't have to play the CD that much, if at all. Very nice. And of course, there's an Iggy Pop action figure from a couple years before I got the Iggy Pop bobblehead. I have some posters that should get framed, but this one, I'll just show off this one. From, yes, Morning Musume's last single with Brainstorming. This one is definitely getting framed at some point, and as soon as I get some contact hooks, this is going to be hanging right here in my office/music room. And I think that is about it. Yeah, that's about it. Yes. Excuse up. Yes, that's my turntable. I like it. Does the job. Well, I guess I should show this off because I got a reissue of a certain album in yesterday, and those came with it. Very nice. Not much explanation there. That's it for this because I'm already taking up most of its card space. Until my next video, peace.